full strength like this, or almost full strength, then it'll be contested.
I say it's Keane's birthday. If Patrick Vieira signs that contract next week, all Arsenal fans will feel like it's their birthdays. And again, I've talked to Arsene Wenger within the last hour about it. He's still very hopeful. But until that pen is pointing down to that piece of paper, they cannot be sure.
My gut feeling is he's there. When you look around world football, Martin, Patrick Vieira, where would he go? Where could he go? To a better club than the one he's at if you take them all. Madrid, maybe, but the money they've spent already this summer suggests that might not happen. I think Arsenal fans, he'll be there next season. I certainly hope so.
On behalf of McDonald's, I'd like to wish both teams good luck this afternoon. For the past 12 months, McDonald's have been associated with the FA as their community partner. And in the past 12 months,
players will be very happy to get these formalities over with, and on that far side you are in the sunshine. It's tough on the benches actually today.
Welcome all those coaches today, and also the 250,000.
The public address announcer talking about the partnership today with the sponsors of this event, McDonald's.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be outstanding for the national anthem.
But now it is time for the national anthem. Well, he was very bitter about the incident at Highbury that wrecked his conclusion to last season, but Sol and Solskjaer are back on the same pitch. It's a cursory handshake. Get hungry, don't get angry, I guess might be something to bear in mind. Solskjaer's a pretty cool customer. I'm sure he's put it to the back of his mind. There's a lot of debate, Andy, about whether Arsenal lost the title rather than Manchester United really deserved it. I happen to believe that the figures, 15 wins and 3 draws from their last 18 games, tells you that was a majestic effort from Manchester United.
Can't argue with it, Mark. It's very much like the year Arsenal won it. Remember when he went that?
That's what it takes to win the Premiership, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Many times the people tell you, and Arsene Wenger knows it now, Martin, that, you know, you don't win the title before Christmas. It starts after that.
Collar loosened, and what are we? It's over 100 degrees. That's pushing 102, 103.
Listen, you have to use Celsius these days. Come on, you. Kids won't know what you're talking about Fahrenheit.
Well, that 40-figure Fahrenheit is terrifyingly hot, isn't it? And here's Tim Howard, USA international. And Fabien Barthez played for France in a tournament that Howard also played in, the Confederations Cup, but Barthez was later back in training, and Howard is given the job of starting. If you count it as a start, some players do, some players don't. Showpiece, scene setter, call it what you will. Steve Bennett's in charge of it. And his sad task, it's sad for us all that's on the field for this first weekend's football. The football family has lost so prematurely Jimmy Davis of Manchester United, was on loan with Watford, and of course Ray Harford. Both died yesterday. And there will be, most appropriately, a period of tribute here to Jimmy Davis and Ray Harford.
By observing a moment's silence. Thank you.
Arsenal in the yellow shirts. Rivalry renewed. The perennial top two. They could have new challenges this year, but they have been the sides setting the standards. That's what brings you into this particular fixture now, the Community Shield, of course. And Arsenal started and finished last season with 1-0 wins at Cardiff. Here they go. And here's Patrick Vieira. Rather leisurely swing from Bergkamp, only gave the Welshman Ryan Giggs any feel of the ball in his hometown. Philip Neville. Looks as though Andy, you got Manchester United absolutely right. And you also got the temperature of the game absolutely right. Here we are inside the opening 30 seconds. A yellow card is out for Philip Neville.
That's rash. Don't know if he's ever getting near Phil Neville. Vieira sees him come, ball's away. I'm afraid he can't have many arguments about that decision.
Steve Bennett showing the card. Cole. Arsenal, of course, in this position of wanting to retain their squad first and foremost. That means keeping Vieira, keeping Pires.
I think that's the most important sign as they could make the summer, Martin. Never mind new people coming in. That's rash, I know.
Ashley Cole might just get away with that, or will he? Steve Bennett certainly wants to speak to the Arsenal left back. And he's checking where the card is. It's out again. So we're inside 90 seconds. And I said it would be hot on that far touchline.
Well, he's nowhere near it here, Ashley Cole. It's clumsy. I don't think it warranted a booking that, I have to be honest, Martin, but...
Down by Ljungberg. Good movement in the middle from Manchester United. Great length on the throw. But time here for Mikael Silvestre. Quinton Fortune got a run in the United States at left back. Not a position we've seen him play very often in England with Manchester United. Here he is in Wales, getting a chance to stake a claim. And the ball's played over the top of him to a breaking Gilberto. Nice, comfortable feel of the ball for Tim Howard.
He'll enjoy that. Nice early touch. Could have done better, Gilberto. The run was a lovely one. Roy Keane not really keeping up with him. Just looked like he got caught in two minds, but I'm not sure whether that was a shot or whether he was looking for Henry.
Not a fixture that has brought the best recently out of Manchester United. They've lost the last 4 times they've taken part. 2 of those defeats to Arsenal, and 1 to Liverpool on this ground 2 years ago. And of course Liverpool beat them here again earlier this year to win the Worthington Cup. So I'd just like to turn the tide of those figures, Sir Alec. Michael Phelan to the right. Of course, there's been no direct replacement. Rob Swire, who we're just featuring there, is the physio. And Michael Phelan assisting the manager with Carlos Queiroz, having moved intriguingly to Real Madrid. A deal that happened after David Beckham signed. Ferdinand, of course, watched his younger brother Anton make his league debut for West Ham yesterday. Manchester United flew down to South Wales yesterday afternoon.
I can't tell you the importance of possession. You're playing in temperatures like this, Mark, touching 40 degrees. You control the ball. My goodness, it makes a difference in a game.
Well, Kemp just had a look at the referee, but there was nothing doing. He was hustled out of it fairly enough by Scholes. And Ljungberg gets a foot in. Check with the officials about the water breaks in the game. They're rather hamstrung by official regulations, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of sympathy. They'll need to take on some liquid and show us. And then in black, Fortune. With Lauren. Ray Parlour. Lauren trying to take it on. Sylvester is comfortable moving on to a wide position. And, Manchester United start again with Captain Keane. Filner. Calculation with Solskjaer.
And there might be one or two. We're not used to seeing his brother and David Beckham in tandem on that right-hand side.
Camp. Again, the pitch has been reconstructed for this event. It's a major problem for the Millennium Stadium. Or in every other respect, perfectly fitting for these showpiece occasions. There's the new Wembley. That's nearer completion.
That was nice play, Sylvester there. No panic at all. Took his time. Worked their way out very nicely indeed.
And footwork from Scholes, who had a tremendous season. Of course, 20 goals for Manchester United, his best tally. Even if he was off the target for England. Phil Neville got his England squad place back at the end of last season. Another England man, Nicky Butt, trying to get it forward quickly to Solskjaer. So many of these Manchester United players have got vast experience of this particular fixture. And a sort of halfway house sometimes it offers. Partly part of getting ready for the league action. Of course, a strong part, wanting to win a trophy. Gilberto, Bergkamp, they're moving infield, challenged by Scholes. With a space for Lauren to Touré's right-hand side. Henri, for whom this has not been a good ground. Arsenal have had their successes here.
Well, he's due a goal here, man. I'd say he is due a goal.
Taking a chance coming in behind Bergkamp. The responsibility was Ljungberg's.
And I tell you, Mark, that ain't the worst ball we'll see today. That ball's dropping. It's almost hit the ground level with the far post, 5 yards out.
Two years ago, of course, Ljungberg had a fantastic tally of goals for Arsenal. Last season it was Pires who was the second highest scorer to Henri. Pires later on, I'm sure. Goes Henri. And problems to Ferdinand.
It's good ball though. Very aware. They're high up the pitch, Manchester United there, and It's the only place they need to be, and he's going to look only one area, Martin, and that's over the top. Not a lot of yellow shirts so far. That's been away at the corner.
They had to get there, but they came very much at the jog. Don't sprint unless you have to. Howard, that's a safe catch. Corner duty again. Lauren, just bounced up a little bit, had to impart some strength from the neck muscles. The stray one by Gilberto. Solskjaer making a bit of his own luck and able to deal with it.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do. Ryan Giggs went to make the run in behind Campbell. Campbell had read the run, covered it. Ryan Giggs knew that, just put the brakes on. Solskjaer tried to play the pass anyway.
The distance from Lehmann's kick. Aspects of his work will come under scrutiny as David Seaman's successor.
And it's as tight as we all expected this game would be, and usually is, Mark. Normally you watch these two and you think, well, maybe home advantage. You'd maybe go for Arsenal at Highbury, maybe Manchester United at Old Trafford, maybe sway you, but it's hard to know which way to go today. Both managers have sent out pretty strong sides.
3 meetings last season. A win apiece and a draw. Of course, the nature of the competition. Arsenal did knock Manchester United out of the FA Cup at Old Trafford. But Van Nistelrooy got a goal, of course, at Highbury in that 2-2 draw. Part of a fantastic run. He's actually set today. If he scores, it will set a new club record. He holds the record already, 10 games in a row he scored in it. See, it would be even more if you counted those games in America. But 8 in a row in the Premiership. Again, that's his own mark. That's the entire Premier League, not just Manchester United. If he gets a goal next weekend against Bolton, he'll set a new mark, yet another one. Van Nistelrooy will continue to break records, you feel. The other fixture that I haven't mentioned in the Premiership in December, when Sol Campbell was suspended. It's a 2-0 win to Manchester United. At a stage when Arsenal still look the more likely championship winners. And Arsenal remain the only domestic club to beat Manchester United in the year 2003. With the exception, of course, of Liverpool, who beat them here in the Worthington Cup.
Well, there was a little stumble from the goalkeeper. It was probably just as well the shot wasn't on target.
Well, first little attempt in anger. In the 12th minute of the match, just gets a little time to turn, not really closed down. Tim Howard did lose his footing. No power or accuracy in the shot to trouble him.
Sylvester. If it's level after 90 minutes, we would have penalties, no extra time. Fowler gets the better of Keane. Vieira. Henry's flick. Ljungberg was certainly on the move that time.
Yeah, that was lovely. Best piece of attacking football we've seen, but very, very good defending. You're a full-back. The play's coming from the opposite side. That's an example of the importance of tucking round.
Roy Keane, one of the few players who has been red-carded in this fixture when it was the Charity Shield. Falling out with Gus Poyet. And referee Mike Riley, 3 years ago now, against Chelsea at Wembley. Sol Campbell making a late run. He's up there now. Bergkamp. Keane, who conceded the free kick, clears it. Ljungberg. Cole. Campbell has stayed forward. Actually, Cole's got plenty of speed, and One of those you try and scoop across on the half volley. It's not easy to do.
No, I was unlucky. No, honestly, Martin, had he played the ball in across the box there, there's not an Arsenal player going in on the end of it.
Vieira. Squirts away from the Arsenal captain to the Manchester United captain, but Keane gives it straight to Toure. Parla.
Offside. Yeah.
Look that way. I don't know whether it's coincidence or not, Andy, but Ray Parlour didn't play in the league games where Arsenal failed to beat Manchester United last season, but did play in the FA Cup game.
Coincidence. Although he'll probably tell you otherwise, Ray.
Great ball from Silvestre. He really changed the point of attack there.
He does give them that, Mark, when he plays at centre-back. You know, he's that little bit further infield and he hits that diagonal. If you take that position, it's not like Solskjaer to control it that far away from his body. He had a chance at Nistelrooy, got in behind Campbell just for a fraction.
Rio Ferdinand still looking for his first official Manchester United goal. Keane gets to it, good touch from him, Silvestre. Manchester United lead.
Well, what you call this is static defending. No one goes to meet the ball. Keane does, Silvestre does. Now you look at every yellow jersey there, Martin. Not one, and there are plenty of them. Not one is on the move at any time. When the moment that ball leaves the foot of the deliverer of the corner, not one yellow shirt's on the move to meet the ball, but two Manchester Uniteds are. Keane, Silvestre, thank you very much. It's a classic near post corner.
How often did we spend last season saying about Manchester United not scoring from corners?
That's unbelievable, isn't it? I think they got one in one of the last games of the season.
So, 15 minutes gone, and the side, as we said, with the support, those supporters have seen a goal for their favourites. Many of them got a long distance view of it. At the other end of the ground, the Arsenal end with the empty spaces. Empty spaces there for first Keane and then Silvestre to move into on the pitch.
And if you're being honest, you'd say that Arsenal probably the better side in the opening 15 minutes as well. The way they've played, probably slightly better. I know there's been nothing really in it. But that long raking pass that we talked about from Silvestre to Solskjaer, that created the corner. But he'll want better defending than that, the Arsenal manager.
Really? A fair amount of justice that Mikhail Silvestre was there to round it all off. But Fortune. Making Fortune again. Flag is up.
Only just.
One.
Only just.
Martin Keown, who is a great competitor and won't give up his career lightly. He's 37 now. Had one or two fitness worries, which is why he's not here. If Kolo Toure isn't up to it, well, if, as we hinted earlier, maybe Pascal Sigo is a backup player rather than a starter, if Arsenal, as we also believe, are putting a lot of money towards a new ground, it might just be a moment that we'll look back over and over again, but it is very early on, and there's plenty of time for recovery. Yeah. And this match alone, in this half alone, for Arsene Wenger's team.
How much have you seen of the young Swiss lad they brought in, Martin, centre-back?
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot to ask about, what, 19-year-old? But that's a problem area, there's absolutely no doubt about that Arsenal have to find a solution to, if it isn't going to be Martin Keown.
Kolo Toure has done well, certainly played well against Rangers on Tuesday.
When you touched on it for me, one of the things I think United have above Arsenal are far better than them at the moment, Martin, maybe last season, was the fact that when they do take a lead, I think they can control it better, Manchester United, than Arsenal do. I think this is noticeable. One or two of the Arsenal players already this season have been talking about what they need to learn is when they're winning games to just close the game out and not keep it open.
Well, we talked about the 2-1 up against Man United, 2-0 up at Bolton, in front at Villa. He's a bit back on his heels, unlike him. Toure came steamrolling
that's a tackle. That is nothing wrong with that. I'm going to tell you, not from my angle. I might be rusty, but it certainly looked like Nicky Butt made a lot with the ball there. Just as it's been flicked past him. I think he comes in. There you go. You tell me what's wrong with that.
I'd never accuse you of being rusty, Mr. Gray.
No.
The referees need to get their timing right as well. He had a very good season last season, Steve Bennett. He's worked his way up the pecking order, which this appointment suggests.
Well, he's got to be hitting this, isn't he, surely?
Long overdue, a goal in the Millennium Stadium. Thierry Henry has had all sorts of bad luck here. And Thierry Henry, thank you very much, because we've set it up and he has delivered. Arsenal will say thank you very much as well. It's 1-1.
Rather unlucky United. It wasn't a free kick, nowhere near it. He's upset. I don't know what his feet are like here. The ball goes in very low, Martin, by the post. It's not the best wall. It's a really, really good free kick. It is into the corner. He's a long, long way out, though. And I get surprised when top goalkeepers are beaten from that kind of distance.
Two dead ball situations, 2 goals there in Cardiff, inside the opening 20 minutes. Silvestre for Manchester United, Henry for Arsenal. And absolutely right, Andy. Harshly done by Manchester United. It shouldn't have been a free kick. And they've paid a heavy price for it, but it still has to be defended. The decision is one thing.
I mean, even the wall there, Mark, wasn't the best. It was almost as if the Manchester United players thought, well, this is so far out. You know, if it's on target, the goalkeeper's got to save it.
It's a question we might be able to ask at a later date, but Fabien Barthez, who's not here with Manchester United, of course, knows all there is to know about Thierry Henry and has been punished by Henry in plenty of these meetings in recent years. But would he have divvied up the back line differently? And if that wall was wrong, I should imagine a Manchester United player or two might get a bit of a dressing down in the dressing room at half-time from the management. But anyway, it is 1-1, and Henry, who's had no luck here in the past, maybe has had a big slice of it here. Philip Neville, Van Nistelrooy. Amongst the Henry bad luck, of course, was the handball from his shot, Stefan Anchan, in the cup final of 2001. An incident right at the start of this year's FA Cup final when could have been a sending off for Lundekvam, could have been a goal for Henry, could have been a penalty for Arsenal. What goes around comes around.
Oh, yes.
Ruud van Nistelrooy. Referee helping Arsenal here, and Steve Bennett will be hoping that somebody from Manchester United gets the foot in. And the danger was averted. Yes, there's a little heated exchange there involving Solskjaer and Cole. Cole has had a yellow card. Solskjaer is not the #1 favourite in the Arsenal dressing room after the Campbell red card in April, and
I have to say, Martin, he's a lucky boy. He's still on the pitch. I have to say, Steve Bennett, who I think you said he had a good season, I think he's been real fussy at the beginning of this match. I have to say, for what he's gone on with, but he's really let Cole off at the end. As we saw from the pictures, he's an absolutely clear look at that incident.
If it's anybody's battle, it's Campbell's against Solskjaer, and if Ashley Cole was aware of the immediate nature of his opponent then, and the history of Arsenal, Manchester United, he was silly to get involved, and as you say, very fortunate to be still on the pitch.
Well, there's a player we've not mentioned at all in 24 minutes, and that's Dennis Bergkamp. He's really played on the edge of this game, isn't he?
There's a lot of hooing and hawing over the new deal. He has been given a new contract. I think it's fair to say that it wasn't at the terms that Dennis was hoping for. But he's still an Arsenal player. And an Arsenal starter. Fortune. Scholes. Philip Noble. Giggs has gone to the right-hand side this time. Ferdinand. Sylvestre. Only Sylvestre's 4th goal for Manchester United, and not far short now of 200 appearances. And Gilberto's tackle, then Scholes, and Ljungberg is furious.
I thought that was a free kick. That's 10 times more a free kick than Nicky Butts.
Giggs only just kept the ball in. Well, it's got through to Solskjaer, but Toure was certainly on the move that time.
Solskjaer didn't think it was getting him, Martin. He thought Campbell was going to intercept it, and he just switched off.
Switched on now at the throw. Bergkamp just squeezing it wide of Scholes, who gambled that he might make an interception. Lauren happy to play in the shade on this near side. Gilberto. Back with Campbell. About this stage, if the referee had the licence to do it, he could just say timeout, and the ball went out for a throw, and let's all take on some liquid. But according to the administrators, he doesn't have that licence. No. Oh, the goalkeeper and the defender getting very close to each other. Bergkamp had something to say about the issue. Why not a timeout here?
Yeah.
Let everybody have a drink. Just for health reasons.
I know there are a lot of bottles.
Very fit lads, but this is exceptionally hot weather.
Yeah, there are a lot of bottles of liquid around the pitch as well, which makes it easy. Everyone doesn't have to go to one side, Mark.
Giggs. And Nistelrooy is waiting, and also in a wider position, Solskjaer was on the red alert. Scholes. Cute idea.
Certainly Giggs, if he could have looked up, if he could have gotten the ball to Solskjaer, there was a chance on. But that's what Van Nistelrooy's looking for every time, Mark. Plays on the shoulder, on the edge of the box. The ball's played into anyone. He's on the half-turn all the time.
Fixture blessed with goals through the 90s, and to get 2 inside 20 minutes, it's great from a neutral perspective. Fortune might have another one here. Van Nistelrooy is making his run. This is Ryan Giggs. Good blocking Arsenal collectively. Break on maybe for them.
You should be able to do well, Mark. Saw there might have been a little bit of danger. Quickly shut down Ryan Giggs.
Ferdinand
with a chance here.
Read the Arsenal intentions. Scholes. Not to spot up a shot from range.
Well, there was a chance. 5 Arsenal players all ahead of the ball, got caught there and they lost possession. And they're trying to get the odd bottle on when players are across that side. Solskjaer taking advantage of it.
Lauren. Not sure Thierry Henry will play a full part in proceedings today.
I just wonder how many will, Martin, the players that matter because of the heat. They've had a pretty tough pre-season. The quality opposition these teams have faced has been of the highest order. Certainly Manchester United, when you look at the tour, they've just been on.
Well, just had a couple of nights at home and then back into the hotel in South Wales again yesterday. Well, they played breathtaking performances in the USA against high caliber opposition. And Arsenal looking pretty good against some of your old teams, Rangers in Scotland. Being drawn, maybe playing less well with Celtic last weekend. Vieira, who's made his comeback in the 2 games north of the border. That was close. Had a knee operation and didn't join Henry in the Confederations Cup, which they missed out on the winners' medal. The Arsenal players did so well. France won. Henry got the decisive goal in the final against Cameroon. Perez was amongst the goals as well. Fortune. Half an hour gone. Sylvestre and Henry, 2 Frenchmen, the scorers so far in the FA Community Shield. Nicky Butt doing what he does best.
Arsene Wenger already, Mark, out on the edge of his technical area, trying to get his team pushed, looking at his defence then, he was trying to push them up. And then he wants them to get higher up the pitch this season.
There's plenty of pace for recovery in Touré and Campbell. 2 very good athletes. Kolo Touré is an international with the Ivory Coast, and he's played his international football primarily, I believe, as a central defender. He's not a novice at the back.
Well, he's not throwing it because he's got nowhere to go, Mark. Simple as that.
Forward by Sylvestre. Gilberto. Some players more than others in this game, of course, used to these high temperatures, like Lauren maybe. African background, grew up in Spain. Gilberto would have sweltered in the Brazilian temperatures at times in his career before moving to Arsenal. Please, on behalf of all the players, excuse the tempo of the game. It's got to be played in fits and starts here. And for those of you who've been promoting summer football as a concept, I would say think again. Certainly evening kickoffs would be in order. Van Nistelrooy trying to stretch his legs.
Giving them really good width. Solskjaer on that right-hand side, Mark.
This time it's the younger Neville. Ryan Giggs, so Van Nistelrooy, and twice the frame of the goal spared Arsenal.
Giggs is a chance. Van Nistelrooy's is half a chance because he has to react and it's above him and he can't quite get high enough to get it down, but there can be no excuses about Ryan Giggs here. He's normally quite a good header of the ball, Ryan. It's a free header, 7 yards out. 6 yards out, I think he should score. He's a little unlucky, comes back off the frame of the goal, but then watch how high it sits up. He can't get up above it and get it down.
ball by Butt. Van Nistelrooy's first official goal for Manchester United came in this stadium in the Charity Shield 2 years ago. It was in a losing cause. Liverpool were already 2 up at that stage. Palmer. Bergkamp. Headed off by Rio Ferdinand. Let's have a look back at the goal that Manchester United conceded.
A couple of things he won't be happy about. Obviously, the free kick being given in the first place when he sees it, but that's not a great wall to me. Scholes is he's not doing enough for what Paul Scholes, and the ball goes exactly where the 4th man in the wall would have been. So there'll be a couple of little things that the Manchester United manager will not be pleased about conceding the goal.
Well, finally we have got. I think the game has slowed to such a point that
well, Nicky Butt's down, Martin, they're just getting a bit of treatment. I think they're taking a little bit of advantage here. Just,
I think you'd be saying to, or just going down injured and saying, please,
stay down
get
for
the
a couple of minutes.
on. Gives us a chance to tell you what's coming up. And the action really is underway at a pace from today. Macclesfield, this is the Carling Cup. League Cup renamed. Sky Sports 2 against Sheffield United. What a wonderful season they had in the Cups and Division 1 last season. Tuesday at 7. And from Macclesfield to Mansfield. On Wednesday also at 7 against Sky Sports 2. Mansfield against the Sunderland, rebuilding under Mick McCarthy. Ferdinand. Nicky Butt seems okay, and he's the hero of all the players at the moment for needing the physio on, so everyone could take some liquid. Here's Lauren. Parler. Alberto looking to spread it to Ljungberg, a ball that would certainly have, I think, worked out in a cooler climate.
Not quite been the threat down that left-hand side. I mean, we talked about it time and time again, about Arsenal with Cole and Perez and Henry in tandem down that left-hand side, how it was the area of the pitch where they did most of the damage. But even Henry, Martin, is not really shown a great deal down that side either at the moment.
Henry's just had a couple of weeks training. Yeah, there's about double that time, 10 days in Austria. He worked extremely hard, had some games as well.
There's still a week to go, and we are still in pre-season, and no, well, 2 giants in our game. This is a pre-season match, building towards full fitness.
Arsene Wenger has treated it just like that. They trained very hard on Thursday and Friday. Even yesterday they were in for a session as well. Just prepared in terms even of team selection, letting his players know who was going to start. And just let it be more leisurely than if it was next weekend. And they start at home to Everton, Manchester United at home to Bolton. Lost that fixture last season.
I was just going to say the bogey team. And the season before, I think.
Silvestre. Also should point out to you that the fixture here is not a great guide over the past 8 or 9 years as to who's going to win the championship. The team that's won the Charity Shield has only once in the last 9 seasons gone on to be champions at the end of it. That was Manchester United in 96-97. Portugal. Referee Bennett wasn't sure. He had a look at the assistant Glenn Turner on the far side. Flag stayed down. Ball stayed in play. Scholes. Manchester United have scored, and twice in one attack struck the frame of Jens Lehmann's goal.
Oh,
Solskjaer
just looking at Giggs and Van Nistelrooy, Martin. Van Nistelrooy got up looking around at the referee, thinking he got clobbered by one of the Arsenal players. It was actually Ryan Giggs who ran into him. That's another lovely crossfield ball. You see Ashley Cole, the problems he's got. He's stepping up trying to play offside because Solskjaer really has got chalk on his boots, Martin. He's given them so much width.
Oh, he certainly did enough at the back end of last season. They managed with David Beckham fit and available, and Solskjaer played, so he was always a favourite to get first crack at it this season, although twice he's been swapped with Scholes, who could do that job as well. Earlier in his career, he played on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side today. And there's David Bellion.
Yeah.
Ray Parlour on the right for the Gunners. One team actually in years gone by, and they came into the Charity Shield as champions and won the Charity Shield and then were relegated. Same season, yeah. Manchester City, it might not surprise you, one of the more mercurial clubs back in the 1930s. Looking forward to going to their new stadium. It's a match against Arsenal later this month that you'll be able to see with us on Sky Sports.
Well, I'll be hoping they have a better 25 minutes than they had at Main Road last season against Arsenal, didn't they?
Never quite got right for Arsenal again, really. That was their last truly emphatic day, wasn't it? Anyway, here they are, 1-1. Maybe a little fortunate to be that. Not so much on the shape of the game, but the nature of the free kick that got them their equalising goal and the way that Manchester United failed to defend it. Ljungberg wanting some help. Toure. Gilberto. Front for Bergkamp, nor for Ljungberg. Really, from a deep position, wanted to just stick it long and make the front men chase off into the corners, as they perhaps will be expected to do later in the season, maybe even later in the month. Surely it can't continue like this, the temperatures.
Listen, it might not continue like this later in the day.
I was told there was a heavy rain in Birmingham, your neck of the woods, Andy.
Cheers, mate. The grass needs it.
Well, you've got your staff doing that sort of thing for you. Giggs, Solskjaer. And it flies off Sol Campbell for a corner.
Didn't have huge options, in all honesty. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The build-up move was neat, tidy.
Arsenal will hope to defend better in this right-wing Manchester United corner than they did in conceding the opening goal.
There are no excuses, because everybody's back. They have every player 18 yards or nearer the goal.
All statuesque then. What will they be like now? Lehmann, get there. Sylvester was in looking for more glory here.
I'm not so sure whether this is a miss or whether he gets just enough in and around him to disturb the header, but the goalkeeper decides to come a long, long way. Just a little bit of both. He made it hard enough without being convincing, the goalkeeper.
Toure. Of course, Roy Carroll was the goalkeeper who got in for the last 3 Premiership games last season when Barthez was left out. Any thoughts that he might have had that he would start off as number 1? Well, maybe he will when the league game comes next week. We'll wait to see, but they're not short of a goalkeeper, Manchester United. Nicely timed movement by Gilberto off Bergkamp, but the final ball just like the direction. Keane. Giggs. Van Nistelrooy. Back for Ryan Giggs, up goes the flag.
No, that's unlucky. Lovely little link up. There couldn't have been an awful lot in it. Ball in and then he shapes and goes round the corner. I have to say, if that ball's delivered that quickly, I'll tell you he's unlucky, Martin. I think Ashley Cole's really late. But it's that cross when he step out, defender steps out, just makes up the official's mind.
Vieira, Bergkamp in that position that he loves to adopt, coming deep to collect the ball, but Paul Scholes has recognised that on 2 or 3 occasions and got in swiftly for United.
No, he's not influenced the game at all, Dennis Bergkamp. Taking into consideration the heat and everything around it that we've talked about and the slow pace of the game, you would think that that would suit Dennis. Get on the ball, move it, manipulate it. Hasn't happened for him. And if we think Olney might come off at half-time, which is a good probability, then interesting to see what Arsene Wenger starts with at the beginning of the second half up top in his team.
Ljungberg looking for Henry. Keane's tackle.
That's what makes people like Keane and Vieira different class. Is a sense danger, Martin, defensively. I mean, and they go and snuff it out before the back four has to deal with it.
Virtually on the spot where he brought down Danny Murphy 2 years ago. Very early in that game. Harry McAllister put the penalty away.
I was just about to say, this ball's going wide again to Solskjaer. Solskjaer! And corner he wants. I think it was a save myself.
Me too.
I thought the goalkeeper pushed that wide. Now, I'm not saying the referee should see it, but certainly the linesman, from the angle he's at, should. But this has been a ball that's been on time and time and time again. And he hits it really well. I mean, that's a save. He pushes it wide. Hits it really well. Off the hands it goes.
It was just where Ancho handled the ball. And, you know, I'm sorry to keep giving you Millennium Stadium history lessons, but they do have a problem on that far side, the assistants, with the sun looking into their eyes. And clearly, that was a wrong decision again. Here's Ljungberg. Stoppage time before half-time. There's a deflection here, and that one has been signalled for a corner. I thought that Steve Bennett was going to point for a goal kick, but it was, in the end, a kind deflection for Tim Howard. It kept on going up the ball and over the bar.
He was going for the chip as well, you know. I think he had a quick look, Freddie, when he was going towards goal, and I think he was trying to chip, but the deflection didn't help him.
Campbell trying to be high and mighty at this corner, right at the end of the first half. Howard is just up in the Manchester United goal. Steve Bennett blows for half-time. Affected by the heat, no surprise in that. Maybe a surprise in the nature of the Manchester United goal. Not just the scorer, Silvestre, but the static Arsenal defending had a corner that was flicked on by Keane. It was like shelling peas, really. And then Thierry Henry, long overdue a goal in this stadium. He's often lamented about his lack of luck here in Cardiff. Well, he's scored from a free kick that possibly shouldn't have been one, and it's 1-1 at the break.
George Graham and Gordon McQueen are with us. We'll get their thoughts in a moment or so. But as Martin said, in the FA Community Shield, it is 1 apiece. Really should have been 2-1. We'll get the boys' thoughts when we come back.
Oh! Hold on. Trevor, congratulations, it's a boy. I can't wait for the new season of Premiership football.
But once again, Sky Sports will bring you 66 games, all live and interactive, from the most exciting league in the world. And there's more! With Premiership Plus, you can get an extra 40 live games. That's 40 games for £40. That's just £1 a game. A special price for Sky Sports subscribers.
He's going to go all the way! Brilliant! What a magnificent goal that was!
For full details and to buy your Premiership Plus season ticket, see channel 433 or phone 08705 160 160. I just can't wait.
It ain't no joke, I'd like to buy the world a token, teach the world.
There's never been a better time to visit your local Ford dealer and check out our range of exciting offers, like the Ford Fiesta Zetec for just $8,995. with 1 year's free insurance and free air conditioning. Which means you're sure to get out more. Ford, designed for living, engineered to last.
Got your number?
All right, I got your number.
Hey, I got your number.
Come on!
Got your number.
Come on!
I feel good, 118.
That's what happens when you help millions of people every month, 118. Yes!
This summer.
Hello, Poppy.
Why wait for a hero?
They've taken Elizabeth. We must save her.
I'm gonna teach you the meaning of pain when you can do it yourself.
You like pain? Try wearing a corset.
Pirates of the Caribbean. The Curse of the Black Pearl.
I'm gonna stay at that. What a
Did you see that? I've got the moves. Come on.
It was
great.
sharp.
Oh, man, you gotta go James.
O2 Active. How into it will you get? It's the heavyweight contest of your dreams. Evil versus evil.
Place your bet.
Freddy versus Jason.
Have it. Oh, yes.
Mama, what'll happen to Aunt Bessie when she goes off to the big golden pasture in the sky?
Football's back. Get the 84-page guide to the season. Free tomorrow with The Guardian.
All the football that matters on Sky Sports this season, including, of course, the Champions League. This week, Tuesday night, it's the Carling Cup. Macclesfield play Sheffield United. It's a 7 o'clock start on Sky Sports 2. Same again Wednesday, same time, same place, as Mansfield plays Sunderland. Surely, they're due a win, Sunderland. Those are the facts. The important one, Arsenal 1, Thierry Henry. Manchester United 1, Michael Silvestre. To some degree, against the run of play. But only once last year from a corner, Manchester United scored direct. So they've put already that appalling statistic to rights, haven't they?
Yeah, good delivery as well for Solskjaer. We were talking before the game about we missed Beckham, but his delivery was good. Team does really well to get the flick on. Silvestre powers in there for a header, completely unmarked, I might add. I mean, the Arsenal defence are completely static here. That is bad defending. There's no way an attacking player in the box like that should get a free header like that. That's poor.
It was Giggs' delivery, of course.
Yeah, but I think the great thing about in the set plays, Richard, really is the movement of Manchester United. If you actually look at it again, there's not only Keane. Keane says, I'm going to gamble here, I'm going to attack the near post. But if you look at the other red shirts, they're all moving. In anticipation, if Keane just gets a touch, there's one or two or even three of them going for the flick on. I agree with Gordon, the Arsenal marking was poor after the initial header.
Sometimes you don't get the decisions you want. Manchester United didn't when Nicky Butt came in here and won enough of the ball, surely, didn't he?
Good tap, good block, very good block. In fact, the first 5-10 minutes, Richard, they were competing, and the physical side of the game was first class.
Yeah, it's no way.
Well, they got the free kick from it, of course. And from that free kick, they score.
What's that?
30 yards.
Easily.
Now, I think the keeper should have moved his feet quicker to get across here. I mean, the wall doesn't do a very good job.
If you're looking at the walls from that side, they're lining the wall up on the wrong man, aren't they?
They're 35 yards. I mean, a keeper shouldn't be beat from that type of distance.
I was just going to say, God, did he need a wall?
Probably not.
It's so far out.
I just think he should have moved his feet quicker to get across there, and they never.
Well, like he got the wrong man on the post.
He needed the three players in the wall. They needed another one. If they're going to have a wall and coming from that central position, I think you need four on the wall. But the goalkeeper, I mean, if he keeps his eye on it, as Gordon says, he should have moved a lot quicker. Faster foot action.
We wondered how seriously they would take it. There does appear to be a desire from both to win it, doesn't there?
Well, there certainly was in the first minute or so. There was a couple of tackles flying and Phil Neville on Vieira, which you get booked rightly so for, and Ashley Colwell, a little rash challenge, who was maybe a little bit unfortunate to get booked. But I think the game so far has just confirmed what everybody thought before the game. There's not a lot between these two sides, and there's not going to be a lot as the season progresses.
But finishes like this at the end of 90 minutes, there'll be penalties straight away. No extra time. It's warm. Makes you wonder also whether we shouldn't have been at Villa Park this afternoon, you know. Save everybody the journey down the M4. Would have filled Villa Park. One apiece, that was the opener from Silvestre. Henry got the equaliser. We're back live next. We mentioned the football slowly this year because there is now so much. We've got to be careful about where to find it. Sky Sports 2 next Saturday at midday. It's Portsmouth against Aston Villa from the Barclaycard Premiership. Sky Sports 2 on Saturday. Leeds play Newcastle next Sunday at 1:30. That's a pay-per-view offering. Channel 433 for Sky digital customers to get more information on how to order that. And cable operators should contact your local supplier. That's pay-per-view offering. Leeds against Newcastle United, and it's followed with a Super Sunday in every respect between Liverpool and Chelsea, live as usual 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Liverpool meet Chelsea. George Graham and Gordon McQueen are with us here this afternoon, one apiece. Now, what do you do at this stage in a climate like this? Do you push on, or are you content with what you have and hope?
All depends how the managers both see their starting lineup for next week. Some of them, both of them may have seen enough to say, right, let's make some changes. It's really hot out there, and probably playing somebody like Chouria up for Arsenal at centre half. He might keep him on and think, let's see how good it can last for the 90 minutes, or he may bring Seagan on.
He's done well the first half, George, too.
Very well.
I've been very impressed with him. That'd be a big bonus for Wenger if he can form a decent partnership with Sol Campbell here. But I think we'll see a few subs. I think the weather will dictate that.
It's too early to pass judgments, isn't it? But Howard appears to want to come and take a ball. There would appear to be no fear from that respect. He wants to boss his box. Would that be right?
The first half, I don't know whether we're maybe a bit cruel with the free kick. You've got to give Henry a bit of credit for hitting a fantastic free kick, but it's 35 yards out, and I think the general opinion is he should have done a little bit better with it. The rest of his game's been fine. Lehman at the other end's been okay, flapped at one cross, not had a great deal to do, Lehman. But Howard's been composed, confident. But as I said, should maybe have done a little bit better with the goal. And this lad here, Silvestre, you know, he's outstanding in that position. Outstanding as a central defender.
He wasn't everybody's favourite at Old Trafford for a long time, was he? Has he won them over now?
I thought just after halfway of last season, Richard, they picked up a lot of injuries to their back four United, and Alec completely changed it and stuck Silvestre from left back. into centre-half and played young O'Shea at left-back, and they were absolutely superb for about 10 games.
Excellent.
And they just shot right up the league, and that was due to, you know, changing that back four.
It's not often you see Henry on this side. We did once, and Silvestre didn't just match him, he went past him, didn't he?
Well, I mean, Henry is easily one of the quickest centre-forwards in, you know, the English game, and Silvestre, you know, full credit to him, not just as fast, but he's up there with him.
Well, it wasn't intended for that, and it's expensive headgear, trust me, a match programme today. I mean, I just wonder, Gordon, going back to the point I made the other side of the break, well, I mean, is there a case for being here or elsewhere for the Charity Shield? It's not full, it's nothing like full. It's a long way on a motorway that's been gridlocked for days. Is there a case for playing elsewhere?
Well, Richard, it's my first time here at the Millennium Stadium, and I think it's a fantastic venue.
Of course it is, not knocking the venue for a minute.
But, I mean, you sometimes wonder about what the foreign players think. England, the home of football, and they play their big games in a rugby ground in another country. But yes, I think the travel is a lot to ask these people to go down from Manchester, across from London, when you could play it in the Midlands. And it's obviously not a complete full house today. It's expensive travelling down
just
here.
Under 59,000, which...
Yeah, a little bit short, but it's expensive going to football nowadays, and sitting in traffic jams in this weather is very, very uncomfortable.
Well, the England coach has certainly made it. And of course, Arsenal and Manchester United, one apiece at half-time. There is news of some changes. Andy Gray and Martin Tyler have the details.
Thank you, Richard. Arsenal shuffling their pack. And as expected, Thierry Henry hasn't come out for the second half, and Sylvain Wiltord, Robert Pires are on par as the other player who's been replaced at half-time.
Well, that looks the only two changes, Martin. Looks like Manchester United have, as they started.
Wiltord and Pires late back to training.
Here we go, Martin. Now they've got to go off.
Cup.
Now they're making them run all the way along the pitch again. They bring them back on again.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
the protocol has to be observed.
Coming off the field, number 14, Thierry Henry, and 15, Ray Parlour, being replaced by number 7,
Robert Pires, another like Patrick Vieira, hasn't quite pledged his long-term future to Arsenal, but seems to be perpetually on the brink of doing that. Maybe once Vieira makes his decision, Pires will follow. 1-1 as we get the second half underway. Quite direct replacements because Freddie Ljungberg has been switched from the left to the right.
When Wiltord gets his wish, there was a lot of talk in the summer, Martin. He says, I want to play up front. That's what I'm best. That's what I made my name. And that's what I want to play. And he's got a chance this afternoon in the second half here to play up top.
It hasn't all been sweetness and light from the Wiltord camp, has it, in terms of the future in North London? Vieira. Scholes and Giggs. Looks for Van Nistelrooy. Oh, he was challenged there. And he's won a few penalties in his time, hasn't he? And he, I think, wondered whether he was going to get another one then.
Ref didn't see it. He had no view of it whatever. Steve Bennett.
Bergkamp to Ljungberg. For Bergkamp. For Ljungberg again. Manchester United regrouping. Just lost their concentration momentarily. Wondering whether Steve Bennett was going to point to the penalty spot at the other end of the ground. Wiltord. Trying to get round the outside of Fortune. And he wins a corner off Silvestre. One or two questions being asked of Steve Bennett. Nicky Butt's closest to him, sure about what happened a few seconds earlier.
I don't think he saw it. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't think he had a look at it.
And towards Vieira. Another corner. similar run. It's over him this time, Gilberto. Bit of leaning on. This is a chance to look at the merits of Van Nistelrooy's claim.
Well, it's a coming together with Van Nistelrooy and Ashley Cole at the back post when Ryan Giggs feeds this in, Martin. And is there enough contact to suggest it's a penalty? I don't think so. I think Cole does his best to interfere without making contact. I think the decision was a good one, but I don't think the ref had a good view of it, so he didn't give. He looked at the linesman right away for a bit of help. Linesman's flag stayed down on this near side.
But Ashley Cole looked round straight away with concern, didn't he? Knowing perhaps what it might have looked like. Certainly appreciated what it was, which was an attempt to be there without committing the foul. Exactly what would be expected of him in those circumstances.
It was a bounce to the ball, really, that gave Van Nistelrooy a problem, Martin.
Yes, the ungainly nature of his reach for the ball made you think that he might have been tucked. Wasn't the case. And whether Steve Bennett didn't see it or saw it and got it right, doesn't really matter. Justice seemed to have been done there. Perez. Here's Wilton. Thought about playing it long and wide to Lauren. He's still waiting on the far side. Bergkamp, a probing ball into the feet of Ljungberg. Lovely switch of direction by Scholes, makes it look ridiculously easy. And Scholes there to back up the play. The ball stayed in and he's done it again. See ya. Perez is capable of the same fancy footwork, but Nicky Butt isn't going to allow him the luxury of that.
Well, it's almost a leap in the air that convinces the referee, isn't it, at times? I think that happened when Patrick Vieira in the free kick in the first half with Nicky Butt. And I think this evident again here is when the tackle comes in, they do launch themselves in the air, and the turn and the theatrical turn there makes it difficult for the referee to know when it's right and when it's wrong. I think that was a free kick.
Perez measuring it, well, initially for Wiltor, but Cole's quickly on the scene as well.
There's a little bit more zip in this game at the beginning of the second half, Martin, than there was in the first.
Solskjaer, put clear by Paul Scholes. Giggs and Van Nistelrooy in the middle. But to the edge of the area, but it goes all the way back to the versatile Philip Neville. Scholes. Vieira. They leave Roy Keane in his wake. Keane doing everything to get that tackle in. What a wonderful cameo of what those two players are all about. That's great stuff. And here's Solskjaer, courtesy of the captain's tackle.
I'll tell you what it is, Mark, as well. It's a little example to all. I've read so much, talked about Roy Keane so much, I can't quite believe about he's done it, he's passed it, he can't do it in there. And if ever there was an opportunity for people to say, there, I told you so, it's when Vieira's got a start on him and is running away from him. But Keane not only caught him, fantastic tackle and won the ball.
Ljungberg, who by the switch is condemned to 2 shifts in the sunshine.
He's poor lad.
Vieira. Yes, if you believe everything you've read about Roy Keane in the summer months, he would never have caught Patrick Vieira there. Some of it's come from Roy himself, I have to say. He's played along with the stories. And Vieira doesn't get his tackle right, and he gets a yellow card. Incidentally, as long as it stays yellow, and there's no straight reds, they will be dismissed from the official records. This counts as a pre-season game in that respect, Andy.
Yeah, I think I meant this. It's a yellow card, and as long as it stays that way, we're fine, and I don't think Patrick can argue with that.
Van Nistelrooy. Scholes, unlucky. Well, the second half has started splendidly. They're not the sort of rivals, are they, to say, well, hang on, we'll just get through the second half and settle it with penalties. The rivalry, again, leads to Steve Bennett reaching for a card. Paul Scholes is all apology to Lauren.
Another thing is in this, in the fact that the ball just gets away and it's just dragged away as he has a little kick at him there. I mean, that's so typically Paul Scholes, isn't it?
The card has been shown. But there was no mistiming about this, was there?
Well, I just think, you know what, I've read so much, talked about this guy about he can't do it. You look at that. Now, by all accounts, Patrick Vieira should be going away from him. But look at that for drive, determination, getting across the pitch.
Technique as well. Look, it is his birthday today, so I guess that makes him a Leo, and there's hardly ever been a more lion-like player, has there? Offside. Will talk. Behind Van Nistelrooy. Sylvestre. Oh, Perez. Can he go on? Robert Perez, short of training, and in the end a bit of short of confidence in his own speed on the sharpest of counter-attack until the last 15 yards or so.
Did nothing in the end, did he? When he gets through here, and look who's chasing him again, it's United skipper. But he's a long, long way out when he tries that, and there wasn't a great deal of conviction in it. He's better than that. Let's just put it down a little bit of rustiness.
But it's in keeping with the way the second half has produced a pace and a tempo that's a credit to players from both teams. Philip Nell. Van Nistelrooy. Campbell saying, well, you've just gone down without any real contact. That's the way the referee saw it as well. It's fed forward by Vieira. Can Ljungberg do something here? And Tim Howard dives out and denies the player who's got a bit of a track record of scoring goals against Manchester United. Then Freddie Ljungberg.
Goalkeeper got a little lucky. Freddie Ljungberg did get his head to the ball and it kind of came off Howard's chest, but give him credit for getting there. There's an awful lot of sparring first half, Martin. Having a look at each other as if they need to, but it looks like they've decided that, well, they might as well go and win it now.
Perez. Lauren. Perez. And we're trying to make an angle in a congested part of the pitch. As Manchester United just looking to trade space here, where it does find a little bit of space to receive the ball. Perez.
Where to go, is it? Look at that possession they've had, Martin, making it really difficult.
Might be somewhere to go now. Well, if he's got the handle on the pass, there was, and that route was to Ashley Cole.
Solskjaer just did enough, Martin. Just half blocked Ashley Cole's run. Just made him stumble a little.
Solskjaer. Ball forward for Manchester United here. Van Nistelrooy. Back to Solskjaer. Sliding in with the air of a man on a mission. Sol Campbell.
Yeah, good block. But it was always within range. I expected Sol Campbell to get there.
Bergkamp looking for a runner, and that runner is Gilberto. And plays it away from the goalkeeper.
loose.
Bergkamp. Andy, you played in these occasions back particularly when you were with Everton. So I'll let you answer that in a minute, because here's Ryan Giggs. And he played against the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United early season in finals. We talk about putting down markers for upcoming league games. Is that just sort of journalistic talk, or does it happen in dressing rooms?
I think it happens. I think whoever wins today will go away from this game feeling pretty good about the season starting. Having beaten, one of your best, if not your closest rivals. Absolutely, Mark. Nothing wrong with winning a game against Manchester United or Arsenal. A lot better than losing it.
Cole. I think I've mentioned before, I've never seen Arsene Wenger more angry than when he lost that semi-final after the Bergkamp penalty save and the Ryan Giggs wonder goal. Not just because they'd lost the semi-final, but because he felt they'd lost a psychological advantage that at that time they'd held over.
I think they did.
Giggs. Here's Philip Neville. Scholes. Roberto's looked pretty frisky today.
Yeah, he has. He's looked good. He's been at it.
Ljungberg trying to show that he's at it as well. And Quinton Fortune is the player who interrupted the flow of Ljungberg's run.
I think he's a bit unlucky. When he goes to go through there, and there's a little coming together, there's a tangle of legs, and there's a free kick given, but I think he's a little unlucky to get a yellow card.
Dennis Bergkamp and number 19, Gilberto.
Bergkamp going off, he's not really influenced today. Franny Jeffers is the backup forward, and Edu, one Brazilian, is coming on for the other, Gilberto. With half an hour to go.
And for Manchester United, a replacement coming off the field, number 8, Nicky Butt.
Franny Jeffers seems to be available for transfer during the early weeks of the transfer window opening up. So Nicky Butt gives way for Manchester United, and this is Eric Djemba, as he wants to be called. His shirt doubles up the name, so does our graphic. Certainly with Cameroon and for his own wishes, and it's a lot easier just to halve the Djembas. I'm sure he's Eric to Sir Alec.
Or son. Hey, son.
Maybe there's only one Eric. International from Cameroon. There's a midfield player who covers the ground and really been brought as one for the future by Manchester United. And it's very much a part of the present here in the last third of the Community Shield. Second half, which has suggested that it could be a winning goal from either side. It's very well poised. Jeffers. Ljungberg. Here's Edu. Got a goal against Manchester United in the FA Cup win up at Old Trafford. A deflected free kick, and got a goal also deflected last week. And Ibrox. It's got Arsenal on their way. After that, they played very well.
I think they played well second half.
Comes Lehmann. He wasn't sure of the geometry and still needs to do a bit here. It's a great tackle by Kolo Touré.
Yes, it was. And Fortune's gone down there, but
ball was certainly played. It was absolutely a front-on challenge.
No, and he didn't go to ground. He stood up. He cut the ball fully. Otherwise, Fortune's through. Look at this. He tries to just play it past him.
In its own way, that's as good as Roy Keane's. In fact, you could argue it was better because of the position in the pitch that it was.
Oh yeah, gets that wrong. It's a penalty. The pace that Fortune's going up. There's no other decision to be made. He's picked up a little knock.
Probably in the disciplinary climate of the day, a red card as well.
Yeah.
There's been just a feeling of another goal in the air in the second half. Manchester United looking for it here. The 2 goals we've seen already have come from dead ball situations. Sylvester is up and not particularly well marked. Headed on by Keane again.
On the subject of Roy Keane, it's his birthday today, did you say? Do you mean to say my daughter shares his birthday?
Is she a Leo-like character as well?
She's very like him, but she better not be quite as aggressive as Roy Keane. Yeah, my Sophie was born on Charity Shield Day 12 years ago.
I remember you missed the commentary, quite rightly so.
Well, sorry about that, man.
Freddie Ljungberg misses the rest of this game. Conventional substitution. Gio van Bronckhorst is on. 5 substitutes per side allowed from 7 nominated.
I thought Sir Alec might make 1 or 2 changes, Mark. Certainly more than this at the moment.
Solskjaer. Here's Giggs. Plenty of experience at the stadium, of course, with Wales. Cole. Wilton. Vieira.
Perez has just gone right side, Mark. Van Bronckhorst left here.
There's Perez. Lauren. 2 against 2. Now Eddie. Vieira. Manchester United have to see the ball going square. Cole. Wiltor. Vieira. It's just a little bit of contact from Jemba. There's no Henry now.
Yeah, he would be taking it. And that we do know. Perez is quite purposely grabbed the ball, put it down, as if he's saying, I fancy this.
How many have we got in the Manchester United wall this time?
Well, certainly more than 3.
Scholes is still off it. So it's 5, isn't it? And Bronckhorst is pretty nifty with free kicks as well, but Perez, as good as the senior figure, when he saw a gap, he was just trying to steer it in. Jeffers is there.
Trying to get the goalkeeper to go behind the wall, and he was aiming for the other side that he was about to vacate, and he just caught Rio Ferdinand on the heel there. That free kick.
Keane. Just coming up to halfway through the second half. The goals came in the first half. subject of birthdays, it was Sylvester's birthday yesterday. So that was a real astrological combination. Keen to Sylvester for the goal, wasn't it? Van Nistelrooy. Scholes full of running, just in field. Here is Scholes, but maybe the pass was a bit delayed.
Yeah, read it. Saw Campbell, saw it coming, stepped out early.
Vieira, swept wide by Wiltor. Pires. Wiltor goes again, taking Ferdinand with him. Pires. And Broncos tries to flick. Sylvester finds the exit route for Manchester United from a moment of defensive difficulty. Well spotted by Lehmann.
Yeah, good positioning.
Talking to George Graham over dinner last night, he says changing the law, goalkeepers shouldn't be able to come out of the penalty area. Interesting one. Then you can't sweep up as easily. It's like an extra outfield player. Should you be allowed that? That's a point worth pondering. Phil Dowd is indicating a change for Manchester United, or trying to do so. Quinton Fortune comes off, and John O'Shea, who had a tremendous season last season, his first full season in the side, and goodness me, looked the part in plenty of different positions. Awkward for Toure, but he dealt with it. Cole, speculatively looking across field for Pires. In goes O'Shea. Edu stands firm against Scholes. Toure. Edu. Jeffers. Nicely put together, this piece of play by Arsenal.
I think Arsenal have been the better side second half, Martin. They certainly looked the team most likely.
Wiltor. Blocked by Scholes. We just wonder about how Manchester United might be travel weary.
Yeah.
Schedule that they've been through. Successful, except for Lisbon, though it has been. Nicely done by Djemba. Oh, and Campbell thought he could get that. Can he get Giggs?
Yeah, if he'd have gotten that out his feet, Ryan Giggs, I think he'd have been away. It just sat up for him. Couldn't knock it far enough in front of him.
Jeffers. Also trying to work off the shoulder of the last defender. Now he comes into a position deeper to try and help Jeffers out, but quite look total understanding between today the second string Arsenal pairing up front. O'Shea. Played over 50 times for Manchester United last season. Oh, it's Scholes for Giggs. Goalkeeper's committed. Can Ryan Giggs turn it in? Campbell's back. He knows it's not going in directly, and Cole gets it out of harm's way.
Might have just had a little bit more time than he realised.
Neville. Solskjaer. Van Nistelrooy was pretty well marked in there. Needed to be. Polo Toure again, looking to put...
Cooler than a cucumber in race one, taking his earplugs out. Got his hair done perfect.
Keane. Solskjaer. Neville was glad to hear the whistle then. He could have been stranded upfield. The ball had been swept on quickly. He would have been in a good position. When they checked inside, there was a risk he might have been stranded, but Manchester United have got the free kick in any case.
Patrick Vieira with a tackle there. He's just looked a little, well, tired, I would say. I think you talked about him having that knee operation. I think they're trying to get as many minutes out of him today as they possibly can, Martin. Working towards fitness, and he's just, his influence in the game's just relaxed a little now. And he's working at fitness.
He had about 90 minutes in total in the games against Celtic and Rangers.
So he needs to play as much as he can today, and I think that's the intention of Arsene Wenger.
He needs to suffer. That's what he's doing at the moment. There's a really storming. Oh, and then Jeffers has kicked out at Philip Neville. And Steve Bennett now has a major incident to deal with. Philip Neville was yellow-carded right at the start of the game, remember? And Jeffers with an act of total irresponsibility. And that's the 50th red card that Arsenal have had under Arsene Wenger.
What can you say? It's a game that there's hardly been a tackle in it, really, apart from Phil Neville's early on. He slides in, he really goes in and wins the ball there, Neville, and there's a little bit of exception, but there's a catch there, and there's legs, and it's just coming up now. There. It's much ado about nothing. It's hardly even a kick, Martin. It's petulant. You know, it's not even half as bad as Ashley Cole's was in the first half. You watch, it's hardly even, but there it is, the right leg. It's right under the referee's nose. There's a little act of petulance,
and I'm afraid that relaxing of some of the disciplinary rules for this match as a pre-season contest does not apply to an incident such as that. There will be a 3-game suspension for Francis Jeffers. So that puts a different complexion on the remaining 15 minutes or so. We're 6 days away from the start of the Premiership. Fratton Park, Portsmouth, first Premiership game for them against Aston Villa. See it, Sky Sports 2. Followed on Sunday, Sky Sports 1 Super Sunday. And has it ever been more aptly named? Liverpool and the new Chelsea. It's a shame for the game, isn't it? Because we've had a very good second half in the circumstances. Both teams trying to win the game. But it is another part of when it's your job more than mine to look for deficiencies in these teams. But one deficiency that Arsenal do show is a lack of discipline. What did Manchester United have sent off last season? 1, Roy Keane.
And in a game like this, Martin, there's absolutely no need for it. I mean, that's what's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. He now banned for 3 matches for what?
Yeah.
For nothing.
Oh, for a loss of self-control, really.
Yeah.
In a game that has to have emotion to it. I mean, nobody wants totally cold-blooded footballers. We love the passion of it all, and it has to extend to the performers as well as the supporters. Anyway, it should be set up for Manchester United if there's enough time to at least carve out a chance or two. And Arsenal more adept than the most in dealing with 10 against 11. But when the 11 is Manchester United, Scholes. Keane. Great intent. Is it going to fall for Solskjaer? No. Collected by Van Bronckhorst. Edu. It's Van Bronckhorst.
He's quick, so fast, isn't he? I think that's why Sir Alec likes him so much in the centre of defence, Mark. He gives him just that electric pace he's got.
Well, when he came to him, I think he always said, please, in the end, get me to the centre of the defence. And he's had to serve a pretty long apprenticeship in the Premiership as a left-back. And he has been prone to the old individual error. As any up-and-coming player is likely to be. He certainly looks the part in the job that he has today, and the bonus of scoring a goal as well. And the bonus for Sir Alex Ferguson of the ambition and attitude of Eric Jumba. Pires, Wiltor. Edu. Here's Lauren. Surely be one of Arsenal's penalty takers if we get that far. He took 2 against Rangers, scored the first and had the second save. And of course, worth a try.
Absolutely worth a try. Not closed down. No real options ahead of him.
Well, Diego Forlan has had a few fitness worries this week, but is fit enough to part anticipate. Neville coming off to a mixed reception.
Well, I think what Sir Alex got in mind as well, Martin, is he's been booked. He's been involved in the Jeffers incident.
Yeah.
Sir Alex thinking, well, you know, another mistimed tackle from him and he'll go. So they're talking about who's going to go centre-back now.
Yeah.
They moved O'Shea right back.
It looks a bit of an injury problem for Philip Neville as well. Hearing word from the bench, a slight strain of the hamstring. He's gone straight down the tunnel.
He has. He's limping a little bit. That looks like we're going to see Roy Keane play alongside Rio Ferdinand.
O'Shea's come to right back, and Silvestre, having just talked about the way he's progressed to becoming a centre-back, please go and be a left-back again.
Well, they can do that, we know that.
He's there supporting Giggs. Held out by Lehmann.
Lack of support's going to be the problem now. We talked about the heat, and even though they've made a few changes, it's going to be difficult if they throw it out like that early to Will Todd to get support to him. These people aren't going to bust the gut at the moment, but they can't. He's going to try and protect it, Arsenal.
Scholes. Manchester United looking to settle this without having to resort to penalties. Jamba. Campbell flicked out. It's Sol Campbell reacting petulantly against Manchester United.
I'm going to tell you, if he gets away with that, then Franny Jeffers is really unlucky. I'm not so sure what Jamba's supposed to have done, apart from smash a shot that hit Sol Campbell.
That's what I said about be hungry, not angry. He's very, very shaken up by what happened against Manchester United last season. He's got to forget about it. He's got to...
He sent Sol Campbell away, Martin, which means he's letting him off. Well, they're obviously saying he put his foot up after he hit the shot when he went to block it. Certainly that's what Sol Campbell was suggesting. That's the only reason I can think. But I don't, you know. You tell me, I mean, Sol Campbell had to go at him or not, I don't know.
Look that way to me.
Well, he hits the shot here now, right? He hits the shot, and he catches Sol Campbell, but he doesn't go at him, and then Sol Campbell does that.
Yeah.
It's David Beckham-like. World Cup many years ago. They've got the England player a red card. Well, there's a couple of players who got away with it in yellow today, so Ashley Cole and Sol Campbell.
But Jeffers didn't.
No.
Call out. A rather weary tackle, but a successful one by Lauren. O'Shea. And Mr. Roy seen as a bit more than a coming together.
It's his decision.
Andy Woolman. Incidentally, if it goes to penalties, Manchester United would have to nominate a player to be removed from their side, the 11 that finished the game, so that it's 10 against 10.
The goalie win it, surely.
Who's going to go in goal for the...
No, if you take the penalties, just say the goalie can't take them.
No, but you have to be removed totally from it, so I don't think it will be the goalkeeper.
Well, I'd be nominating if I was playing.
Solskjaer, it's very difficult for referees to give that one. Defenders do get away in those circumstances with it more often than not.
Not a lot of difference between that one and what Van Nistelrooy was penalised for early, is that what you're saying?
Scholes. Nistelrooy really wanted to go that far wide, but he's such a willing runner as well as a great goal scorer. He does have that side to his game in terms of the way he ends up on the deck, but not always to everyone's liking. But what a player, and when you think probably can still get better. But Andy, what about the dependence on him? And the talk that
I mean,
the fitness record was really good last season.
Yeah, it was fantastic. 52 games, 44 goals and all. I mean, that's unbelievable. So you can see the dependency on him. But it's much like Thierry Henry, I feel, for Arsenal, Martin. What would Arsenal do without him? They don't have a replacement. The secret is don't get injured.
Have a couple of other different ways of playing, where the team structure, maybe more than the individual. And there they are again. Skippers side by side.
Well, it's an aerial challenge. You see them both get up.
I'll give you another idea that was discussed over dinner last night. If it goes to a penalty shootout, we've got enough officials. Why can't we have the penalty taken at the proper end? So Manchester United take theirs in front of their supporters.
No idea. I couldn't agree more. I suggested that myself at times, Martin. Absolutely.
Silvestre, if you joined us late, gave Manchester United an early lead. A well-rehearsed, or it looked well-rehearsed free kick. Thierry Henry finally broke his Cardiff duck from a free kick. So after Silvestre, his international colleague, had headed in from the corner from Giggs by Keane's head off. So we're 5 minutes or so from decision from penalties. Happened before between these two clubs 10 years ago, and it got down to the goalkeepers, and David Seaman missed. Manchester United won the Charity Shield, as it was then.
I think that's the only time they've beaten Arsenal in a Charity Shield game as well, that penalty incident's one. Arsenal won the rest.
Scholes. Also 97, a penalty shootout in the Charity Shield at Wembley. Manchester United won again against Chelsea, who had a real off afternoon from the spot. Giggs. 4 minutes plus added time away from kind of deciding formula. They do. Wiltor. Pires. Got to work it out between the two of them, really.
Outnumbered, weren't they? Simple as that. 5 against 2. But he's done well, Jemba. The short spell he's been on, Mark. He's shown enough. He's wanted the ball. He's been happy to take people on. He's used it. He's been neat and tidy.
Solskjaer. Half thinking about taking his man on, Ashley Cole. Maybe asking Tom O'Shea to do the same. Hoping at least to win a corner, but that hasn't happened. Maybe Van Nistelrooy!
Well, he's not right to even get a chance out of that. Sol Campbell looked to have it covered, the deflected cross coming in, but he just forced his way in front of them. You watch this, look how far he's behind Campbell at the moment, but Sol waits, he gets in front, and suddenly he's created half a chance from nothing.
We saw in Amsterdam last weekend, we saw Van Nistelrooy's great hero, Marco van Basten, actually taking a penalty in a half-time exhibition. This is Forlan. Which needed to be a good few yards wider there. He does play with such gusto, though, and talk about impact players coming on to help change things from time to time during the season. Remember that late winner he got in the League and the League Cup against Chelsea. Pires. 2 minutes plus added time. A lot of the better football in the match has been played in the second half, but it hasn't produced a goal. It has produced a red card. Arsenal, the depleted team. Vieira. Be something dramatic here if the cross is a good one. A 4 in the middle. Arsene Wenger's men. Worth taking a risk.
Oh, this late on yet. Just the cross that will let them down.
O'Shea. Suggestion is 2 added minutes. Scholes. Silvestre. Toure doing enough against the Forlan. That'll be a bonus for Arsene Wenger today.
He's done well. Follow Toure, no doubt about that.
Perez is prone for a moment. Bennett shows no sympathy. Well, Perez amongst their penalty takers. He taken some in regulation match action. Edu. Van Bronckhorst. Try and pick out Wiltor, a difficult thing to do. Manchester United were well shaped up, and Cole almost turning into trouble. Good play again by Kolo Toure. Pursued by Van Nistelrooy. Lehmann staying calm. Arsenal, man-like, but passing it around. Not exactly running down the clock, but that's the way it's panning out.
Yeah, all that is just tiredness from Patrick Vieira, Martin, that. But it's money in the bag for him. It's 90 minutes that he's needed.
We are into the 2 added minutes. Gemma. Another factor, Andy, about they say when you come and play for a club as big as Manchester United or indeed Arsenal, you need a certain temperament. I mean, you're never quite sure until you get them into the camp, but this young man has believed, hasn't he, in what we've seen so far.
Two things happen, Martin. You either appreciate where you are and go on and think, I want to make an impact here, and I'm going to show what I can do, and do it. And many have, but there's equally been as many very, very good players that have joined a club like Manchester United and have been great players at other clubs and haven't hacked it, haven't been able to do it. At least Manchester United have got the ball in part of the pitch. If they can summon the energy to get to that ball, to restart the game, to try and maybe manufacture one last real attempt to win this Community Shield and get a victory here at the Millennium Stadium, which has been elusive for them so far. Keane certainly got a lengthening career as a central defender, should he and his manager choose to take that route. And here's Ferdinand with some twinkling feet. Scholes as well. Probably a quite judicious foul in the circumstances. And it runs down a few more seconds. We are now adding on to added time. And it's Ryan Giggs. Keep an eye on Lehmann's position. The quick route is the direct route. He plays the percentages and doesn't lift it over the tall Vieira. Now come Arsenal with Perez and a runner. It's Wiltor. It's a chance for glory for Arsenal, and very well read by Tim Howard. He slipped, you know, earlier on, just as he started, his legs went, but he managed to get out.
And it's appropriate note to end the 90 minutes, because we'll have a short break coming up, but it's the goalkeepers who'll be in the spotlight. New goalkeepers, Howard and Lehmann. A penalty shootout in the Community Shield after goals from Silvestre. You know, Paul Scholes has done this before in that Charity Shield.
They'll give too much space.
What a guessing game. Scholes finally steps forward to start the shootout, and that's a pretty emphatic answer from the Manchester United point of view. Out the whistles, there are plenty. It's Edu. Howard, the goalkeeper, can't get there. Edu's really one of the nice guys of the game. He shook Paul Scholes' hand.
He'll be confident. He's a confident player.
Rio Ferdinand. Oh, yes. Lovely. It was soft, but it was beautifully placed. With Edu, it will be left foot again. Oh, and Howard went the right way, and the first one that's failed. And it's Arsenal who have to take it on the chin. Manchester United continue to lead 2-1.
Told you, if a penalty's saved, it'll be low. Because the goalkeeper can get there. That's exactly what they're doing.
Ruud van Nistelrooy. Oh, brilliant save by Lehmann.
Oh, it is a brilliant save.
The player who has scored 19 penalties in a row for Manchester United, only ever failed with the first one he took for the club against Olympiacos.
But look at the reach. It's gettable. Big lad. He needed every inch of that frame to get there. A foot higher and he doesn't get it.
It was the traditional Van Nistelrooy way, wasn't it, that so often works. And now a chance to level it all up again for Sylvain Wiltord for Arsenal. This for 2-2. Oh, straight down the middle.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not too much the managers can do about it.
You'd have got good odds there, wouldn't you? Van Nistelrooy missing a penalty in the shootout.
I saw Alan Shearer miss one in the Asia Cup from the shootout. And that final against Chelsea in Kuala Lumpur.
Well, this is another one you expect to score.
Well, they're going to Solskjaer. With a real striker's instinct. Well, the goalkeeper moved early and should have got it. I think it's fair to say it went underneath Lehmann.
Oh. Got away with it. He gets away with this. Oh. But that's when they saved him. Goalkeepers know that, Mark. If anyone who plays it low, bottom half of the goal height-wise, then...
Now, I've seen Lauren take 3 penalties. And they've all got 2 in the week. 1 scored, 1 saved. Exactly the same technique every time. Lauren for Arsenal. There you are. It's the trick that's still working. It obviously hasn't quite reached the United States.
Well, to all intents and purposes now, we are at sudden death.
Diego Forlan.
I have to say, you have to be confident if you take a run at that shot. I think everyone who watches things like this always worry about people who take 2 steps and fire it in.
Well, I'm not going to second guess it, but Pires can be of that ilk as well. Tends to go for cute. Certainly a top talent in the taker. This is a psychological test as well, and there it is from Tim Howard. He is the hero. A Manchester United win on penalties in this showpiece start to the season. The first win at the Millennium Stadium, you could say. Also in this type of fixture, given 4 consecutive defeats, it's long overdue. Arsenal have a pretty scratchy record in recent seasons in penalty shootouts, and they've only added to that today. The Community Shield goes to Manchester United, and a great introduction into playing for the club in the UK for the new goalkeeper, Tim Howard.
One of them was going to be a hero, Martin. One end or the other. Havertz